What's up, guys? In this video, we're going to be talking about how to land deals during the holidays. For those of you that have not been through a holiday season, it can be one of the most scary times of your life. By the way, let me backpedal a little bit. When we're talking about deals, we're not talking about any kind of deals. We're talking about rank and rent deals. That is the business model of building simple websites, ranking them on Google, renting them to local business owners. Rank and rent, website rental, digital real estate. We call it all kinds of different things. That is what we're talking about when we say landing deals. Now, let me pull out my chewing gum because it's really throwing me off. If you guys have not been through a holiday season as a rank and renter, as somebody that owns a digital real estate agency, or somebody that is a digital real estate investor that has properties, you do not know the pain that can come if you do not do this properly, and the mind trickery that this will play on you. And so what I'm going to talk about in this video today, guys, is how to land deals, not just sustain your business, not just, maintain your current clients, which we can talk about in another video, and I have talked about in other videos. But we're going to talk about how to land deals, how to grow during the holiday season. For those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Nick Wood. I've been doing this since 2016. I used to do door-to-door sales. I was sick of it. I was tired of it. I could see the golden handcuffs being put on, meaning I was making really good money considering I was only working 5 months per year with no college degree. And I could just see myself slipping into this, couple $100,000 per month lifestyle, which doesn't sound bad. But imagine knocking doors every single year, moving your family across the country every single year under the hot sun, and not being able to do the 4th of July, not being able to do the holidays that you want to do, and being tied to the machine, working and trading your time for dollars. A lot of you guys could probably relate to this, even if it's not door-to-door sales. That was my life, and I realized I needed to get out, and I ended up with this business model for many different reasons, but some of them were it's recurring, it's low barrier to entry. It didn't cost me, hundreds of thousands of dollars to start this business. It cost me, $10,000, $15,000 tops all in. It was something that I owned. I built these websites. I controlled them. I own them. I wasn't at someone else's mercy, right? As somebody else's, whatever. Tell me when to jump, and I have to, jump as high as they want me to jump. Another reason is because it seemed recession proof. Sending leads to business owners sounded a little bit better than selling some widget on TikTok Shop or Amazon. By the way, TikTok Shop wasn't even a thing, but TikTok wasn't even a thing, but at that point. Some of the other reasons. What else? Scalable, right? Internet-based. Many different reasons. It checked all the boxes. It was the only one I could find that checked the boxes. That's why I got into this business model, and here we are. So, guys, let's talk about the holiday season. Here's what happened to me. 2018. I had one of the most interesting years of my life because I almost lost my shorts. Now, there was a couple different reasons why. I was doing all my deals, all of my websites. I wasn't charging a flat fee deal. I wasn't charging a flat retainer where it's the same every month. I was literally just charging people per lead, which I know sounds like it's great, and in theory it sounds like it sounds amazing because however many leads you send, you're going to get that much paid to you. It doesn't work like that. I've got other videos. Search on YouTube. We'll try to link it up as well, but search pay per lead Nick Wood. You're going to find it. It is not a good idea. And what ended up happening, this is why it's such a bad idea, is you have really good months during some months, right? During the spring, during the fall, maybe there's a storm that affects your industry. Maybe there's whatever. You all of a sudden have this huge surge of a month, and you get excited and you want to hire more people. And then comes the winter. And I'm talking about it's cold, but it's also your bank account's cold. And it's like the real winter, the proverbial winter. And all of a sudden, last month you made 20 grand, and this month you're invoicing for 12. And your income just went down $8,000. And you can't predict, you can't budget for that. And there's not a lot you can do to control that. And so it was a very, very scary time. In 2018, I almost lost my shorts. I remember literally not even being excited for the holidays, not even being excited for Christmas, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna obviously take care of my family, take care of my kids, but like I'm putting this on credit cards. I don't know how I'm gonna make this work, and I've got employees that have families, and I got tired of going to my employees and being like, hey, here's your check, but could you just wait like 2 days to cash, I think, or maybe a week? And they also are like, yeah, dude, is this company going to go under in the next week? Like, they just weren't super confident. So 2018, this happened to me. The holidays came and I literally lost my shorts. And not only did I lose my shorts where my income went way down, but I didn't have confidence. I wasn't getting new deals. I was like, well, if I'm not getting leads coming in and my lead flow is lower, then how the heck am I supposed to get new deals? And I kind of just went into like sulk mode for 3 months until, January, February started to hit, and I started to finally get a little bit more energy. But I went dark. I like literally physically, emotionally got kind of depressed in a way. And I don't mean to say that lightly, but I did. So that happened in 2018. It happened again in 2019. You'd think I would have made some adjustments. I didn't, because I'm dumb, because I'm lazy, because I procrastinate. Finally, in 2019, when this happened again, in the midst of it, in December, you guys have heard me tell my story. In December of 2019 was kind of like my come to Jesus moment, where I was like, am I going to keep doing this? Can I keep doing this? Is this sustainable? And to be honest, I was leaning towards no. I was going to shut down my agency, find a home for all my employees, get them jobs with other people that I knew, and I was going to go and sell. I was going to be a salesperson. I was ready to just not do this anymore. I couldn't do it. And then I realized, dude, I really wasn't doing it. I was doing it, but not correctly. I was doing, I was kind of doing it, but instead of, selling leads, I was selling SEO services. Instead of doing a flat fee model, I was doing a pay per lead model. Instead of going into the right niches, I was going into the most difficult, complicated niches. And so in 2019, end of the year, December, I decided, you know what? I got to give this I got to give this everything. I got to go all in on this and really, really see if this can work, because the model checks all the boxes. And that's what happened in 2019. End of it, December. By July of 2020, we're making $100,000 per month. Talk about 3 feet from freaking gold. So here's my tips. And here's what I want to tell you guys today about winter and about how to land deals during the holidays. Okay. First thing you guys got to remember and you got to realize is you first, and I don't want to get into like this Tony Robbins thing, but you first have to believe that you can get deals. And what I mean by that is a lot of people have in their head that during the winter, you can't get deals, you can't grow, it's a terrible time, you don't even want to do this. And guys, you sound like those business owners that you call and you're like, hey, I've got these leads, and they're like, well, things get a little bit slow here, so we're actually going to shut down shop and we're going to move to Florida for 3 months. And there's people I know that do that. And maybe in some of these states like Minnesota, like North Dakota, and you're in concrete, maybe that's justifiable. But that's what you sound like. You sound like the person that's like, that just doesn't want to work. You're like the person that's like, I'm not going to make any more money because I don't want to pay more taxes. Like, it's stupid. Okay. There are deals out there. And you have to remember that the people that are hungry, the business owners that are hungry, they are still scrapping. They are still doing business. You think that there's no business out there? Of course there is. You know what I'm saying? There is. Now, are there as many businesses doing business? No. Are there as many jobs to be had during those winter months? No. But guess what? There are still jobs. And guess what? People are still getting work done. So guess what? There are people that get the work and that make money. And those are the people that you have to find. And one of the things I love about this time of year is it kind of weeds out all the crappy companies. When you're cold calling, when you're looking for business owners during the winter, you are not really going to have a chance landing somebody who's not hungry, because they're not even going to take your call. Most likely, they're not even going to answer the phone. So what ends up happening is when you get deals during the winter, you are only talking to the best business owners. You are only talking to the hungry, excited, motivated business owners. But before you can get any kind of deals, before you can even think about growing, you have to know that you can get deals. You have to know that this is a time of year that can not only be good, but it can be the best time of year if you make it such, because no one else is doing it. And there's a lot of businesses that are taking a break, and there's a lot of marketers, there's a lot of lead generators are taking a break. And in my opinion, and in my head, that gets me excited. I'm like, hey, and no one else is working, and I'm working. I'm like just cruising past everyone. I'm catching people, I'm passing people. I'm getting excited about that time of year. So that's number one, is you guys have to make sure and you have to know there are deals. And on that note, what you have to remember is that those people that you called that during the summer, the people that you called during the fall or the winter, or sorry, the spring, that were so busy and so fat and happy and so I don't need you. Guess what? Now their businesses are starting to slow down. And it usually ends up being around October, November. You start getting those phone calls, or you start getting those people that they're like, oh my gosh, who was that guy that called me that was trying to sell me leads? And some of those people forgot your number. Some of those people wrote you off. So what I would first recommend you guys doing is go and freaking call all the people that you talked to that were too busy. And if you aren't keeping track of those people, you guys are crazy. You guys are silly. Go and make sure you're keeping track of the people that you're calling. But the people that you called that were too busy, they're like, hey, we don't need any more work, whatever. Maybe they're deals that you almost got and they just couldn't justify them. Follow back up with those people. You guys are amazed. You guys would be amazed that you can land a handful of deals right off the bat, October, November, by just calling the people that were too busy, that were too satisfied, that were too fat and happy back in the spring, summer, and fall. Okay. This is a great pro tip. I land deals every single year. And it's funny, a lot of times if we do enough cold calling, we'll have people just reaching out to us. We'll get text messages. Hey, Nick, this is Roger. We talked back in May. Would love to chat with you. Would love to catch up. Let's discuss. I get this all the time. And by the way, as I'm talking, I had a thought. I need to call somebody. I need to call this guy named Brandon. Brandon's about to get smoked. Okay. Because Brandon was fat and happy a couple months ago, and Brandon is probably not right now. Okay. So That's the first thing that you guys have to remember, and that is something that I would highly recommend. Okay, next thing, and this is something that is very, very important, and it's this is how you're gonna line deals, okay? When you are calling, there's two ways to call, and I learned this when I used to do door-to-door sales, right? I would knock on doors late at night. Sometimes it was 9 o'clock at night. And at first, I was like, I went to my manager. I was like, dude, I'm bugging these people. They're trying to put their kids down, whatever. They're trying to do all this different stuff. And I viewed it in this negative light, right? So I would knock on the door in like this very apologetic manner, and people would sense it, and they would kind of attack it, like, yeah, of course, like, why are you knocking on my door, right? I'd be like, hey, I'm so sorry, what, and all of a sudden people would just pick up on that, and they would sense that I wasn't confident, and they would dig in, right? They would go after it. And then I kind of had a mindset shift, and my manager basically, he explained to me, and maybe this is just me like faking myself out, but he's like, dude, you are doing these people a favor because they're not available any other time, right? These are people, the people that you're catching at 9 o'clock at night are the people that are the neurosurgeons that have been busy all day, and you're catching them at night, and you're never going to catch them. The pilots that have been traveling for 2 weeks, and they need their house. I used to sell alarm systems. They need their houses protected, but you're never going to catch them if you don't knock at 9 o'clock at night. So I would go in at those times, and yeah, I would be smart. I would try not to call people. If I saw kids and stuff like that, I would try not to knock on too many of those doors and wake them up, dogs, whatever. But if I saw somebody that, I hadn't seen in a while, I knew there was only one car in the driveway, I would hit those doors hard, and I would do it very unapologetically. And I would knock on the door, be like, hey, just want to, the reason I'm knocking on your door, I know it's late, but this is super important. And I know it's been really hard to catch you. I think you need to hear this, right? That was my approach. Now, how do we convert that to what I'm saying here? Guys, we need to use the holidays as a reason why we're calling, as the reason why we're so anxious to work with them. And what I like to do is I like to call people. I like to remind them, hey, all of your competitors are they got their foot off the gas right now. Every single one of your competitors is taking a break. And the fact that you're answering the phone tells me that you're not. I can tell you're hungry to grow. Here's what I got. I want to give you a couple free leads. I want to talk with you. Boom, boom, boom. That's how I approach it. Is I literally use the holidays as a reason, right? Hey, all of your competitors, they're taking a break. They're drinking eggnog, spiked eggnog, whatever, and you're working. That's why I want to work with you. Now is the time to grind. Now is excited. That's why I'm calling you. We're doing this holiday. You could even say we're doing this holiday special because we know that a lot of people are taking the holidays off, your competitors. So we want to work with those that are working. Okay. I just use it as an excuse. That's the reason why I'm calling. I am calling because of the holidays, and because we're running a Thanksgiving special, because we're running a Christmas special, because we're running an end of year special, right? You can use that angle. You could also use the angle of, hey, I don't know about you, but I want to freaking stomp on my competitors' throats, and I want to work with people that I want to do the same. And the fact that you're picking up the phone right now means that you want to do the same. So let's freaking go. Let me give you a couple free leads. Let's talk in a couple days, and let's see if we can put a deal together. I'll generate the leads. You do the work. Let's both make a lot of money. Boom. Okay, guys. If you have the mentality that you can get deals in the winter and during the holidays, and not only have sustained growth or sustained business, but you can actually grow, you will grow. And I always like think about it like this: if it's not a big deal to you, it's not a big deal to somebody else. Okay, what I mean by that is, like, whenever you have an objection and you make it a big deal, it becomes a big deal, right? If you're calling during the holidays and it's a big deal that you're calling during the holidays, then it's going to be a big deal to them. But if it's like, dude, yeah, I'm calling you. I know it's the day before Thanksgiving, but I'm working. I assume you're working because that's just what you freaking do. Is we make money. You're a business owner. I'm a business owner. It's not a big deal that I'm calling you on freaking Thanksgiving because you know what? I'm catching you and you're not working. I figured this is the only time I could catch you. So yeah, if you want to get pissed, no problem. I'll go to the next guy. Right? You got to have that mentality. You got to go in and you got to realize the holidays are some of the best time to get deals. Now, let's become 100% transparent with ourselves and not lie to ourselves. Are the leads going to be a bit slower? Yes. If you're going to be running ads, it's going to be a little bit harder to get leads, 100%. Now, I will tell you, when we launched our program, Digital Landlords, back in 2021, we launched it literally on Cyber Monday was the first day that we did it. That's the day that we launched the program. Okay. So basically the worst time of the year. And I remember having this battle with myself. Should I launch it? Should I wait till the spring because there's going to be more leads? And I was like, you know what? I got to send it because that's my mentality. It's always been, let's just go for it. And guess what? Not only did we have 32 people join our very first day of launching the program, but I swear to you, almost every single one of the people that joined initially got deals within the first 30 to 60 days during the worst time of year. Okay. It is a mentality. I know you can't, I know this, you can go really far with this and you can say, hey, you can't just tell yourself you're not like, there's a lot of layers to this. I'm not trying to get too whatever woo woo, but I will say that when you have that mentality, it's amazing how people open up to you, the way that people are receptive and responsive to you. So guys, as we're coming into this holiday season, we've got Halloween coming up, which by the time this post, we might be past. It is Halloween today, actually. Halloween. I don't know which one you want to call it, depending on where you're at in the world. We got Thanksgiving coming up. We got Christmas. We got New Year's. I'm going to be working. I hope you guys are going to be working. Let's go make some freaking money. If you haven't already, join the Facebook group, Art of Dre, ARTOFDRE.com. Join the Discord channel if that's more of your cup of tea. Check out the free training, RedSimplesites.com. And if you are so tired, sick and tired of trading your time for dollars, and you're like, hey, give me the blueprint, let's go fast. I don't want to waste a single second more. Apply to Digital Landlords at digitallandlords.com. The application's also in the bottom. Guys, I'll see you in the next video. I am out.